It's dry enough now to do a first layer of blue-green. So if you can remember all the greens, we're using our peacock blue, various mixtures of the peacock blue and the azo yellow. Now just to give you a heads up, the more you get into this, the more specialized and specific kind of paints you can get. And what I do like about this number of colors, these colors, is that they're good for not being too overwhelming too quickly. But the more we get into it, you get into it, the more it makes sense to track down some additional colors. And just one a couple I'm thinking of offhand is called phthalo green blue shade, and also there's a lemony yellow that can be quite beautiful and handy to have around. But if you've taken any classes from me or heard me talk about stuff at all, especially when you're learning, it's very helpful to try to minimize the number of things you're juggling. And there's so many things going on already. It's simplifying it without introducing an overwhelming number of different tubes of paint with different wacky names, I think is a good way to learn. So that's a blue-green-ish. Okay, so now I at least have a color on every petal, and you can tell that it's almost done. No, you can tell that there's a lot more that I'm doing and will be doing. So first of all, I'm going to start just kind of strengthening some of the main colors of these petals, but I am going to stick away from the overlapping part. That's well, you'll see. It would be good to have a clean area to do some mixing. I think I'm going to start off with some yellow, and let's see, I want to make sure. So I'm just going to go straight into my azo yellow, and it looks like there's a little bit of blue in there, which is okay. But I'm gonna, I don't want to lose, I still want to make sure that I leave some nice light areas, but I am going to come back in and just do some yellow over this area right here. I don't know if I would call this a juicy wash, but it's definitely another layer with some stronger colors so we can just start building up. Let's see, I'm going to come back here and maybe dab in a little bit of stronger yellow, even like that. I suppose I could have gone over these. Do I want to? I was kind of sticking away from here because if we start layering too much, when we get dark, then it's going to start losing its luminosity. I'm changing my mind on the fly here. I am gonna just say, let's just do that whole, this whole yellow, this whole petal, the yellow one with yellow, because it's a light color. I think it's going to be fine. And as I build up on the other petals, I may choose to avoid those, or these final overlapped areas, or I might scrub them out or make them darker, adjust. But for now, I'm just kind of coming back in and starting to firm things up a little bit. Don't want to go too far too fast, but let's do a similar kind of thing with that, with the red. Let's see, a good spot for some red. Just going to be the straight naphthol red. Kind of watery. Once again, trying to kind of remind myself just which shape I'm doing it. I'm painting, and especially now, trying to make sure I don't start overlapping areas that are going to create complementary graying out sorts of things. I'll discuss that a little bit more, but for now this is going to be okay. I will be sort of building up some color around the edges of these shapes. But for now, I think I'm just going to kind of let that extra paint kind of hang out there and do what it wants to do. At this point, I would be doing the blue, but if you'll recall, the blue-green was something I did at the beginning of this, so that is going to be still wet. So let's see. This is exciting video. I don't think that's going to dry it quick enough. I'll be back.